Welcome to Conversations with Selena, the podcast where we discover inspiration, motivation, and information to help you live your best life. I'm your host, Selena, aka Sunshine, and each week we'll dive into conversations with guests who share their testimonies, insights, and advice. We'll explore topics that uplift, encourage, and empower you to be the best version of yourself you can be. So tune in and let's have some fun while we explore all that life has to offer. Keep it smiling, sunshine, and let's go. Hey, sunshine. Good morning. Good morning. How are you all doing? It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Oh my goodness gracious. So I hope that you all are doing wonderful out there today. Thank you for joining, whether it's live or later today. We don't have a guest schedule for this morning. We've been on a roll for Saturday mornings at 11 Central and Saturday evenings at 7 Central. So this morning we do not have a guest. And what I had planned for us is, you all know that I did the grief, just a little brief slide talking about grief. And then I was going to do suicide today. Um, I was going to do suicide today, and then I just got caught up having a couple of deadlines for some other stuff. So I didn't get a chance to do the suicide for today, but I will. I will. We've had a couple gentlemen on our last episodes, like just over the past few weeks, talk about their attempts at suicide 3 times each. I was so surprised whenever I heard them, you know, telling their story. Because when you look at them now, they're so successful and they're doing so much. But let me just tell you, the most successful people have been through a lot too. So, whenever we're going through things, it's not just for a specific race, a specific religion, a specific uh, gender, career, none of that. Like, struggle is struggle. And we all go through some type of struggle. And it's just really important to share our testimony, to get it out there for other people to hear. And every time you tell it, I promise you feel stronger and stronger. And then you start to wish that I wish I wouldn't have held this for so long. Like, this is my truth, this is my freedom. And so I do admire all of my guests for their strength and their resilience and all of those things. So I was going to do suicide for today, but I will make me a note for um, another time and we'll get it together. Whoop. I came in here, I ran some dishwater so I could wash up these few dishes. But then I decided to come sit down for a minute and talk just for a few minutes and tell you that. And then today it is, let me go over here. I don't think we celebrate this stuff anymore, but hey, we gonna do it. And maybe we do. So much is going on. I had to disconnect myself from the internet and the news, really and truly. So today is March 8th. So let me click on this link. So today is International Women's Day. And let's see. It says, imagine a gender equal world, a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination. Imagine that. That would be so nice. And right now, oh, God, right now, it's not that. A world that's diverse, equitable, and inclusive. A world where difference is valued and celebrated. Together, we can forge gender equality collectively. So it says International Women's Day has been around for over 100 years, as have many of the issues still impacting women's advancement. Since 1911, IWD belongs to all who cares about women's equality, celebrate women's achievement, raise awareness about discrimination, take action to forge gender parity. Um, so I just want to say that I celebrate all of the women, um, their hard work. It takes a lot to raise children, and then to be told that you're not as good, you're not as qualified, all of those things. Like, we really had come a long way. Um, but God is going to fix it. God is going to fix it. So, I just want to celebrate all the single mothers out there, all the working mothers out there, all of the married women out there. Like, this is your day to be celebrated. Whatever role that you play, if you are a woman, we celebrate every day. But this day is specifically set aside to say, you know what? We deserve to be celebrated. And it's a reminder that if you don't celebrate women every day, because listen, if it wasn't for a woman, tell me, how would a man get here? For the man to say you're not good enough, but you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for a woman. So we celebrate our women today. That's what I'm starting off with. So yeah. But let's see. We have women and men coming on Conversations with Selena soon. So let me go over here and find the list that I just did. Is it here? Yeah. So tonight we have Elizabeth Warmley. She lives in Maryland, but she is from Mississippi. She is from Mississippi, and she has an amazing testimony. She is the definition of the woman who has been through a lot of trials and tribulations. But because let me see, I can't see is there any comments? Let's see. I don't think so. I'm on my phone, but she's been through a lot, and because of God, she is here to tell her testimony. So if you have not heard or you do not know, please join us tonight. It's going to be a little bit earlier tonight. It's going to be at 6:30 Central. But for those that know, we go live at 7. We'll just be getting warmed up by 7 o'clock. So come join us. 6:30 Central Time. Elizabeth Warmley will be here on Conversations with Selena. Then we don't have a date, but these are also upcoming episodes. We have Visionary Badon. She's going to be on. She's also going to be facilitating our third Saturday meetup group, where we're going to be working on vision boards. We're going to be writing it down. We're going to be making it plain. So if you're not a part of the group, just send me a message and we can get you the link. She's also going to be a guest. We don't have that date scheduled yet, but yes, she's going to be a guest. And then on March 22nd at 7 Central, there's going to be Tierra Graves. She's going to be here. She's an author. She has an amazing testimony. I'm just going to stop even saying what the amazing testimonies, because let me just say it, every single person, every single guest, they have an amazing testimony. You, the viewers, you have an amazing testimony. Like, if you're still here, you've been through some things. So don't diminish, discredit what you've gone through just because your name is not on the list. Your name could be on the list. And if your name is never on the list, just know that you are more than a conqueror. So, but your name could be on the list. I will get you on the list. Then a Worship Without Walls. That is Winston Howard. That's my cousin. And he's going to be here. He has a ministry, Worship Without Walls ministry. His wife also has a ministry. He also is an author, an amazing businessman. So we don't have a date yet, but we're working on it. And then we have Bob Bryant, another male. Okay, well, shout out for the men. Shout out for the men coming on Conversation with Selena. I had somebody ask me what the S was for. Like, really? Really? Sunshine. Oh, my voice. Sunshine. And then we do not have a date, but Ruby Hart is going to be on Conversations with Selena. Um, you all will definitely know when the date is. She had her beautiful niece do a whole write up on her. Oh, I thought how these notification keeps coming through and I silenced them. I got to figure out. I know I silenced them because I see the little moon up there. But so yeah, so her niece did a whole write up on her. So we give Nicole Hart a shout out, but she did it on Miss Ruby Hart, and we are excited to hear her testimony. She's definitely been through some trials and tribulations. She said if she went over everything, child, we would be here for days, weeks, maybe even some months. But it's okay because you get a shorter version of some of the things. So yeah. And then Miss Ramona, oh my goodness, Miss Ramona Trevino, she is working with me right now to get me through some things. So I'm thankful for her, but she will be back. She is a previous guest, but she will be back on Conversation with Selena. She too has been through a whole lot of things and she's here to share. Miss Ramona is also an author and just been through a lot. So those are the ones that I have on the upcoming list right now. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. That's never the goal. Um, I do understand though, you can't do everything. You can't. And you shouldn't even try not to do everything. You should hone in on specific things and get that kind of perfected and mastered and then add other things. So maybe you can do everything. I'm going to rephrase that. You can do it, just not all at the same time. So, but I would say try as much as you can before you close your eyes. um so yeah, it's challenging, but I do love doing conversations with Selena. It's a lot of moving parts, trying to stay on top of your dates and schedule your guests and find guests and do your own PR type work and interviews and magazines, because right now I'm working on a script for a magazine, and so I'm trying to get that returned to the lady. That's the reason why I haven't been able to do the actual suicide, because you do have to prioritize what you have to do, and it's not like you all don't have information on mental health and suicide, because we do it all the time. It's just a reminder, because I saw, first of all, like I told you, those men who talked about their suicide attempts, and it was three each. And then I saw this young girl, she's like, I think 11. She was being teased because her family was being deported. And how cruel is that? Like, this is the most frustrating part about what is happening for us, is no regard for human life. Like, we don't even care about people. We care about profit of people. And so I'm just so confused and so disappointed at just some of the things that's being said. And I had to just get off. I had to get off. I had to get off. So I'm still doing my lives. I'm still doing my positive post. But for my own mental, I had to step away from the computer. Um, yeah. And I can't really say much about it because of the position that I'm in right now. Like, we, by law, are not able to discuss some of the things. So I don't even know how people can and are. But for right now, I can only say little bits and pieces and just keep it moving. But just know we praying. Like, that's better than just running my mouth over here. Just praying about it, asking God to fix it for his people. Period. Fix it for your people. Period. Yeah. So that's that. Let's see what else we got going on. So Vision Board is the third Saturday. Visionary Badon is going to be with us, helping us with that. And then she'll also be a guest later. Then the fourth Saturday, we have our Supriya meetup. And that is women survivors of childhood sexual abuse. Women survivors of childhood sexual abuse. That's meetup group for them, or for us, I should say. So that's the fourth Saturday. So third Saturday is Conversation with Selena meetup. Fourth Saturday is Supriya meetup. All on right now we're using Google Meet. So we're on Google Meet. If you would like to join, I discontinued Zoom, but we're on Google Meet now for that and see how that works. If it doesn't work out as well, we'll go back to Zoom, but right now we're on Google Meet. And then the fifth Saturday, I will be out of town. The first Saturday, and this is all if God's will, say that first. If God's will, I'll be out of town the last weekend of March and out of town the first weekend in April. So last weekend in March, first weekend in April, Sunshine will be out of town. So y'all pray for traveling grace and mercy. And then the second weekend is like I'm gonna be celebrating my birthday weekend. Because my birthday is right before that. Let's see, what day does it fall on? I think it falls on a Thursday. Yeah, it falls on a Thursday. So the second weekend, I'll be celebrating my birthday. I'm sure I'll go live from somewhere doing something, even if it's just at a restaurant, celebrating with a steak. I don't even really eat steak, but I will. Um, and I guess I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Mm, just continue to pray. I know some people are fasting. Continue to fast, continue to pray. Pray for our leaders, pray for our country, pray for our children, pray for everybody. Pray for this world. Start with your country, but continue into the world. Because it's some interesting times that we're living in, y'all. But the one thing that I did want to say before I got off, because I had a situation, um, and I know I said I was going to be working on mental health, and I am. But this right here is child protection. Child protection. I need for y'all to really start paying attention. I said this before, I'm going to say it again, but I'm saying it now. I need for y'all to really pay attention to your children. Stop leaving them with anybody, including family. Okay? Including family. And I know you're like, well, Sunshine, if I can't leave my children with my family, who am I going to leave them with? Take them with you. Take them with you. And if you have to leave them with a camera. Have a camera in your house or have a camera inside their stuffed animal or something. They're inside of their bag, something. Because by the time you find out that something is going on with your child, there's already damage. You know, if you never find out, then it just continues. The abuse continues until it just ends. But you know, you have to figure out ways to protect them. You have to have an open line of communication with them, talking to them, asking them, not badgering them, but asking them, um, are you okay? Did anyone say anything to you today? Did anything unusual happen to you today? Like, that's going to be part of it, that conversation. If you see a change in their behavior, a change in their performance at school and sports, different behavior at the house, don't just say, oh, they're just going through that stage, or that's just the age that they're at. You know, we make excuses for sudden changes that are your warning sign that something is going on, that something is not right. And so, yeah, we just got to put that back out there. Like, you got to pay attention. You got to listen to your child. You got to believe them. And then you got to address it with these sick people. Like, you got to say something to these sick people. You can't just be like, oh, well, that's just how they are. What? And it happens way too often. Oh, you know, that's just how so and so is. He been that way or she been that way. Mm-mm. It's unacceptable. I don't care how long they've been that way. It is unacceptable. Period. So yeah, I'm just drinking some tea. Unsweetened, just tea. Had to take my medicine, so I'm just sipping on it so that I don't. I was about to say to be dehydrated, but that's what this water is over there for. I had some cucumbers so that I could do some cucumber and lemon water. That hadn't happened yet. And I have my mint leaves for that. What's going on, girlfriend? I ain't seen you over here in my life in a long time. But yeah, I just was coming to say happy Saturday, Gigi. Girl, I can't believe I got like two Gigi Maries in my life right now. And yeah, so I just wanted to come say, watch your children, pay attention to them, listen to them, talk to them, ask them questions because you never know um, when something is happening. Stop leaving them unattended, including family members. Like, we just got to stop because we don't ever know. We make excuses for our children misbehavior, and sometimes it stems. Well, you definitely are one of a kind, girl. But you sharing the name Gigi Marie with somebody else. Um, you funny. You funny. Um, yeah, including with family members, because family is the easiest to abuse that situation. Taking your children to their family members' homes, thinking that they're safe. The kids are always there. It just becomes an easy target for a perpetrator. So I just wanted to remind my people, my parents, grandparents, whoever you are, pay attention to your children and talk to them. Not like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And if anybody ever, that makes a child afraid to tell you anything. So you got to be calm, you got to be cool, and you got to have that open line of communication. So I wanted to say that. I was giving a shout out to the upcoming guests. Gigi Marie, you need to be one of them, child, because I did send you an email and I resent that email. So if you didn't get it, be sure to let me know, because I may have it typed in wrong. I thought I had it correct, but I did send you an invite. I would like to have a conversation. We did one in the beginning of Conversation with Selena on the comparison trap. Hey, Miss Karen. But since then, so much has happened in your life, Gigi, that you can talk on many different topics. So you just let me know what you want to talk about, because we could talk about the human trafficking, we could talk about fentanyl, we could talk about whatever you want to talk about. Because at the end of the day, and at the end of each one of our messages, it's God that brought us through. God that brought us through. And it's a message of hope. It may have seemed like devastation happened until our left, to our right, but God. If you come back tonight at 6:30, you're going to hear Elizabeth talk about her trials, her tribulations, but God, her but God experience, her but God moment. I'm sitting here procrastinating about what I'm going to do. So, what do you need to do? Let's start there. What do you need to do? Yes, consistent. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, the same. Unlike people, unlike this world, God is the same. And we can trust God. We just have to learn how to trust the process. And that's the hard part. We get weary in the wait. Well, we could clean up together, Karen. We could just clean up together, because that's why I'm in the kitchen. I got some dishes over there to do. I need to sweep. I got my Clorox wipes right there. I need to wipe the counter down. But I just felt like I was gonna play Miss Blossom. Y'all all know Miss Blossom. Y'all all love Miss Blossom. But I was gonna play a replay of Miss Blossom. But I was like, no, I'm just gonna hop on here and we gonna just talk about this real quick. We didn't do suicide, we didn't do mental health, but we did what we did. We said what we said. And look, my shirt says push. You see that? Pray until something happens. Pray without ceasing. First Thessalonians 5:16 through 18. So yeah, just more confirmation. Just more confirmation. So we got some great guests coming up. Y'all come back tonight again for Elizabeth, 6:30 Central Time. Don't know where you are in the world, but it's advertised at 6 Central, 6:30 Central, which would be 7:30 Eastern, 5:30 Mountain, and 4:30 Pacific. And you got to calculate your time frame if you're anywhere else in the world. That's just the time zones in the US. Oh, doesn't time change tonight? Let's see. Is that and I was saying happy Women's Day. Hey Cynthia. I was saying happy Women's Day to everyone, because baby, women wouldn't be men without women. Let me see. I think the time goes back. Help me out. Time change 2025. March the 9th. So yes, 2 o'clock in the morning, we spring forward. So it'll be 3 o'clock. So they say we losing an hour. Oh no, we're gaining one. I feel like we losing one. Shoot. Because we're not eating till sundown. You called me? Well, Lord have mercy. Let me tell you something. I don't know what it's been. I always have a story about these phones. Now we got a new phone and I got a new problem. On this new phone, I had my phone in my hand. This is the second time that I've noticed it. I've received a text message. I saw the text message and I was like, oh. And then I go to look for the text message and it's not there. Same with a phone call, it's not there. And so I saw who texted me. So then I went to their name, opened it up. I could see the text message. So I sent a test text back. I saw where that went out. So then I went back to my message log. It's still not showing. I said, now I see them when I go to the name. I see where they text me. I see where I text back, but it's not in the log. So I was like, well, let me go make sure that it's not accidentally blocked or this or that. I went to their name. I checked the settings. Nothing unusual. I I just can't figure out. I don't know what's going on. So definitely, if I would have seen you call me, uh Miss Zanthia Keys, I would called you immediately back, but I did not see it, but I will be calling you. Yes, Karen, push forward. Let me tell you something. You got to pray, you got to push. You got to pray, you got to push. That's the only thing that's seeing us through, child. Oh, you had that same issue? Okay. All right. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try that. I'm glad to know I'm not crazy. Well, I'm not by myself. I'm not by myself. Because I was wondering. So I got these post-it notes, y'all. And I decided that I need some reminders. So I got me a marker, a permanent marker, and I'm about to write me some affirmations, and I'm about to stick them around everywhere, reminding me of who I am and what I am destined to do. Now, Miss Karen, this is what I am doing right now. So I'm limiting my social media time because I realized that too much time was being wasted with me scrolling, just scrolling. It was my way of escape. I didn't want to do what I needed to do. And then I'm wondering why things are not working out for me because why I'm sitting over here scrolling, watching somebody else be successful, scrolling, watching somebody else create content, scrolling, watching somebody else complain about the government, scrolling, watching all kinds of things, people just lying dead in the street, stuff that I'm like, we used to be protected from this stuff. Now with the social media and everybody having a phone, things that you used to be protected from, you have no idea. Things that used to be protected from and had no idea was happening, it's right in front of your face. And so we are so desensitized now to death and killing and racism and discrimination and all this kind of stuff because it's happening everywhere we look. Every time we pick up the phone, somebody is complaining about this person, some race is complaining about that race, some political party is complaining about the other political party. Like, where is the unity? I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. United we stand, divided we fall. Y'all need to stop falling for all of this propaganda on each and every side and come together, love your neighbor the way that God said for us to love our neighbor, because we gonna be in a position that that neighbor is gonna be what we have to make it through. Like, God gonna send that neighbor to bring you a bag of beans, a bag of rice, or whatever it is that you might need, a helping hand, jump your car off, help your kid. Listen, that ain't what I came on here for. That's not what I come on here for today. But every time you get on social media, it's something being said negative. So I had to back up. I had to back up and say, I'm going to get on here. I'm going to do my lives. I'm going to post my positive, and then I'm going to get off. But when I tell you it pops up in your face, and that addiction to that 30-second video, 15-second video, whatever it is, you're like, oh, wait, what they said? Because they're going to have a catchy um, heading and topic caption to make you be like, what happened? Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. Have your specific things, your specific time. I'm going to tell Alexa, give me 15 minutes in the morning or 30 minutes in the morning so that I can do what I need to do, reply, because I still have the group. We still have conversations with Selena, Facebook page. Then we have the healthy lifestyle group. And then, of course, my personal page. And then I'm also on Instagram and YouTube. So I'm still trying to monitor those, but I mean quickly. If I share something here, I quickly go share it to the other places and I'm off because you can't stop doing your ministry, your purpose, but you do have to stop falling for all of that wasted time just scrolling on Facebook. Because it is. Because when you look up, 2 hours have passed away. Have you read your Sunday school book? Have you balanced your checkbook? Have you talked to your children? Have you done some of the things? Did you go for a walk? Like things that's going to pour into you so that you can have something to pour into other people? Or are you sitting there just scrolling frivolously, just scrolling for hours on end, and you look up and you be like, oh man, I should have did this, or oh shoot, I meant to call an insurance company, oh my god, I forgot to pay this bill. Like, and you're watching other people go on with their ministry, because let me tell you something, if God gave it to you to do and you gonna sit on your butt, and I'm talking to me, you gonna sit down and not do it, you gonna watch somebody else go right along with what your assignment was, what your ministry was, what your purpose was, while you sit and scroll and watching somebody else walk out their purpose, turning their misery into their ministry, turning their pain into their purpose, scrolling, you lost, trying to escape your reality. I know. That's what I've been over here doing. That's the reason I can speak on it the way that I can. I don't really go outside the house. I'm over here scrolling, looking at this one, saying, oh, that's a cute idea. And oh, this is cute. Like, watch somebody show us how we can plant some food outside on your balcony. I'm in an apartment. Saw the lady, saw several videos on how you can start planting your own onions and cucumbers right on a small balcony. I said, oh, that's a good idea. I need to do that. But what I continue to do, scroll. And then when I go to the grocery store and the onions and the beans are out, because Sam's was out of beans the other day. Costco was out of eggs the other day. But I'm over here scrolling. We supposed to be preparing, getting you some canned goods, getting you some pots and some soil and throwing you something up in there. I saw you could just throw your old fruit out there. You don't even have to have the seed. Just put some of the stuff that you already got in the ground and it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow. So I ain't gonna stay on here too much longer because the longer the video, the less likely y'all are to click on it and watch it all the way to the end. So that's why the short videos gets your attention, because you're in and you're on to the next. You're in, you're out, and on to the next. You're in, you're out, you're on to the next. So if they want to keep something from us, they put it in a book. Go somewhere and read a book. They want to keep something from us, put it in a long video. All we want is those fast dopamine hits of social media, in and out and on to the next. You can learn some stuff. I've learned a lot, but you can learn even more by reading it yourself. All right. Well, I'm gonna hop off. Look, Miss Karen, we got dishes and stuff to put up. We got cleaning and stuff to do. But I wanted to come and tell y'all the guests that we were having. This little thing don't want to cooperate right for me. And yeah, I wanted to come and tell you the guest is coming up just in case you missed it. And then I was gonna be cleaning up while I was talking. So if y'all want to hang out and talk, y'all can. But we got to do while we on social media. If you're gonna be on it, let it talk to you and you keep on moving. keep on moving. I'm so glad you jumped in here, Miss Karen and Zonthia and Gigi Marie. Yeah, I gotta put these dishes up. Poop, poop. So that's all I'm doing. I'm getting my life together too, Miss Karen. Because I don't have any clothes to wear. And I have some more to go at the end of March and the 1st of April. I have some more to go. And so the Lord blessed me yesterday with a couple of dollars that I was not expecting. So I said I was going to go try to make it stretch, go to a store where I could get something comfortable to wear. I got on the scale this morning. I was 226. When I started a few months ago, I was like 250. So I just want to tell anybody that's on a health, weight loss, mental health journey, any type of journey, whatever journey you're on, don't quit. You might fall off, get back on. Don't worry about, well, people, what they gonna think. It's time out for that. We ain't caring about what nobody think about our journey. Like, well, she done tried this so many times, and the one thing she's showing you is don't quit. No matter how many times you get knocked down, you push. You pray until something happens. And if it ceases to happen, you keep on praying. You keep on without ceasing, and God gonna make it work for you. He gonna make it happen. You just don't quit. You do your part. You do your part and keep getting back up, even when you get knocked down. Cause you, oh Lord, cause you watch other people. Something is in there that's keeping that going. You watch other people and you're like, they don't even have the same problems that I do. Honey, yes, they do. They just don't always share the struggles. They don't always share the struggles. They show the triumphs, but not the struggles. So I've been big my whole life. I done been bigger. I done been smaller. I ain't letting it stop me. You could say I'm on a roller coaster, a yo-yo. Yep, I have been. And it's my journey. Do I necessarily like it? Nope. I wish I could have a flat stomach, some flat arms, or not even flat arms. What you call your arms? Solid. I wish they were solid, not flabby. I wish I had all of that. But I'm working on it again. I'm working on it again. So yeah, when I started, I was like 250. That was, I want to say, I couldn't find the picture. So I want to say it was like either November, December. And so now I'm 226. And I want to be in the wonder land again. But I'm more importantly, I just want to be healthy. But if you're healthy, you know you're gonna drop some weight if you're eating better and stuff. So I'm just sipping on my tea, putting up these dishes. Talking to y'all. Talking to y'all. That's it. That's all. And it's really not even that hard. Because I was just like, what am I going to talk about? Child, you find yourself sitting watching people just do exactly what I'm doing. Putting up their dishes, saying something every now and then. And I'm like, how do we get caught up to watching other people just do regular stuff? But we do. So I do it sometimes, sometimes I don't. Yep. Miss Karen, I'm gonna call you and see if you up working with me because you can see me. I can't see you. I don't know if you're still on here, Miss Karen, but I need to know. Oh, let's see. When you finish chores, I'll be waiting on you to come and do mine. Child, you work on that stuff every day. You ain't got nothing left over there to do. Nothing. Nothing. Every day you doing something. Well, I gotta go submit this stuff to I got two magazines now. I was working on one, but I got two magazines that I need to submit some stuff to. And I also need to send Elizabeth her link for tonight. But I thank y'all for joining me on. Oh, you'll be surprised. Yeah, you're right. I would be. Um, but I thank y'all for joining me on this Saturday. Happy Saturday. I will see you all back tonight, 6:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern for Elizabeth Warmly. So KISS, keep it smiling, sunshine. Until next time. Mwah.